Hello, everyone. It's Miracle Mom and Michael. Here on the phone, I have.
Miracle Mom and Michael.
um, so, I want to ask you some more questions, Mom, about yourself. We did talk about how you became a Christian, how you went to a church when you were 12 and got your first Bible. Talked a little bit about your parents, how they met, when they got married, started having children. I want to ask now about my father.
Oh, okay.
Um, how did you guys meet?
Your dad and I met in Africa.
Rewind. Hold on. Africa. I mean, I know this. I'm just saying this for the effect for the camera. What?
Oh, okay.
uh,
Yes.
rewind. What? How did you get to Africa, Mom?
Well, in 1966, in September of 1966, I joined the Peace Corps.
What motivated that decision?
Uh, well, I wanted to be a missionary. That was it was a dream I had, and I realized I didn't have a calling, so to speak. I always felt to be a missionary or a pastor of a church, that sort of thing, really should require a calling, a knowing that this is this is the plan for your life.
Hmm.
And it was just a dream and a wish. I think I even prayed about it along the way. God, I'd love to be a missionary. Well, things were not moving in that direction. So in a summer between my college years, um, between my junior and my senior year of college, I went to the post office one day and to mail a letter or do something, and there was an application, a box filled with applications to join the Peace Corps. And I saw that form and I thought, well, I don't have a call to be a missionary, but being a Peace Corps volunteer is sort of like being a missionary.
Right. Right.
All of these young minds, how they work. So I picked up the application and I read it over and looked at it and thought, well, I'd probably never be selected for something like this, but I'll fill it out and send it in. Well, I filled it out and sent it in. Lo and behold, I got a letter saying, we would like to welcome you to
Hmm.
the Peace Corps. And
How old were you?
one thing, I was, by that time, let's see, 19, 18, 20.
And had you started nursing school or anything like that yet?
Yeah, I was in nursing school
Got it.
at the time, but I was between um, I had finished my junior year in college.
Oh, okay. Where?
And then
Where'd you go to school?
Roberts Wesleyan College in North Chi-Li, New York. It's in Rochester. Christian college.
So you get a letter in the mail.
Methodist. Yeah, I got an acceptance letter in the mail from the Peace Corps.
And what happened next? You told your parents, or did you tell them you had applied?
Yeah, I did. I did. My mom was over the moon. She
Oh,
just thought that was because the Peace Corps had only originated in 1963, I believe. John F. Kennedy is the one who he formed the Peace Corps.
got it.
So
So,
it was very, very new. This was a government project that took off. So anyway, I told my mom about it, and she just thought that was the most wonderful thing in the whole world.
nice.
Her daughter going off, to this foreign country.
What was the first thing
And
you had to do?
Well, the first thing that I had to do, I filled out the application, and they informed me in the application, when you apply for something like that that's government related, of course, they send the FBI to your neighbors and
Oh,
question your neighbors, and they go to your school and go over all of your records. They do that deep dive for
wow.
any criminal background, etc.
So the FBI, the feds have your record.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They actually said in the letter that by the time they get done, they would know more about you than your parents do.
That's funny.
Yeah. So they did that. And then when that was all completed, they sent another letter explaining, the date and the time when I was to report for Peace Corps training, which took place at Dartmouth in New Hampshire,
Oh,
Dartmouth College in New Hampshire.
so you went there, and how long was the training?
We were at Dartmouth for, let's see, September. I actually left in November for that training,
Mm-hmm.
and that training lasted until January. So what, 8 weeks
Gotcha.
approximately?
And what was the training? What was it? What did they focus on?
The training, the greatest percentage of the training was language studies. Dartmouth at that time, and probably to this day, had the best language studies program at the university there. So, we spent every single day, at least, I would say, 4 hours of that day was just in the language of French. We studied French.
Gotcha.
4 hours every day. The other 4 hours was in African studies, the culture, history, customs. This is how you're to behave in that culture, that sort of thing.
Did you know specifically where you were going already?
Yeah, we were assigned by that time. We knew we were going to Togo,
Togo.
French West Africa.
So everybody in that group or that round of training was going to the same place?
Yes, all of us. There were 44 of us.
So, was my dad there?
Your father was not there. He was already in Togo.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's an interesting thing. I don't know if I told you this or not. No, I'll bring it up now just as a side.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed at a place called the Occam Inn in New Hampshire.
Occam?
Occam, Occum,
Okay.
Occam Inn. We walked in after class one day, toward the end of the day, 5, 6, or whatever time it was. We walked in. Our rooms were in the inn upstairs. Well, down below on the first level was a dining room, and that's where we ate dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We walked past the dining room. Now, who is sitting at the table in the dining room? Did I tell you this story?
Not Judy Garland.
Yes.
Are you
Judy
serious?
Garland.
Oh my
It was
god.
Judy Garland, and she was dating a guy who was attending Dartmouth. She had come to visit him, and they were eating in the dining room.
That was a total guess for our viewers. I know
Are
that
you
you had.
serious?
I know you had met Judy Garland. I know you had gotten her autograph because you. Yeah, I think I'd seen it before, but I had no idea when and where and how.
Well, that was when, that was where,
Oh my
and
gosh.
that was how. And she saw us all coming in, and asked one of the employees, who are all those people, and they said to her, well, that's the Peace Corps volunteers. They're here in training. And we started to walk by, and she called us over. You guys, come here. Can you just come here a minute?
Oh,
And
that's
I was
awesome.
one of them. About 3 of us, we walked over to the table, and she had us sit down and have a little chat about the Peace Corps.
Wow.
And then she died 2 years later.
Oh wow. So were you starstruck?
Oh yeah, totally, totally. But she was very kind. She was, very down to earth. She wasn't, arrogant and snooty, and she was very genuine.
So how old was she at this time?
Well, this was in 1966, so I'm not sure how old she was when she died, but she wasn't that old. I think she was in her 40s, late 30s.
Wow.
Anyway, that was the highlight of my life. One
Wow.
of them.
To that point, right?
Yeah. Didn't know your mom was so interesting, did you?
Of course I did.
But your dad had already gone to Togo, and he was a small mechanic, and they needed those guys over there. So they had gone like a couple of months ahead of us. He hadn't been there very long.
Did he go? Did he go through the training in the same place, or did he go through training somewhere else?
He went through training someplace else.
Got it. Do you remember the first time you saw him?
Let me think.
Well, how about give me your first impressions of flying to Africa and Togo?
Oh gosh, well, after January, when we reached January, we had 3 more weeks of training left. They called this cross-cultural training, and we were all sent to Miami, Florida for 3 weeks to live with black families
Where?
in and around
Is it Florida?
the suburbs of Florida. I went to a family in Brownsville, Florida.
Now, were they immigrants from Africa, or they were just African American?
They were African American families.
Oh, okay.
They called this cross-cultural experience, I guess, to, I don't know, get us used to, living with Africans.
Right. Or
descent.
at the very
African
least,
descent.
right, people with some history,
Yeah.
cultural history. Yeah.
So we did that for 3 weeks, and then when we completed that, and then we had classes while we were down there. Also, we had to go to classes and that kind of thing. But they flew us back to New York City for our flight to Africa.
You know what I'm going to do here, Mom?
What?
I'm going to slate this. This is a good tease. What was Mom's impression? She's been in the Peace Corps training, and she met Judy Garland, and she lived with a African American family for 3 weeks, and then she got on a plane to head to Togo, Africa, and cut.